4. The first Northeast Investors Summit organized jointly by the Ministry of Textiles and the Ministry of Donor, Government of India in collaboration with the Industry Association FICCI was inaugurated today by the Union Textile Minister Srimati Jubin Irani at the State Convention Centre, Shillong. The summit was also attended by Meghalaya Chief Minister Dr. Mukul Sangma, Union Minister of State Independent Church Donor and Chairman NEC Dr. Jitendra Singh, Union Minister of State Home Affairs Sri Kiren Rijiju, Minister for Industries, Government of Assam Sri Tamiyo Taga, Minister for Textiles, Government of Assam Sri Rajnath Datta, Minister for Industries, Government of Mizoram Sri H. Hung Luna, Vice President NIT Ayog Dr. Arvind Panagaraya, represented from all the 8 northeastern states and investors across the country. So Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Dr. Mukul Sangma were present on the seminar.
Sector, one needs to understand that there have been around 20 major railway projects specifically for the Northeast region, which tantamount to a cost of around 52,000 crores invested by the Government of India to strengthen infrastructure and investment opportunities in the region. One must also here highlight that across the Northeast region, they have been undertaken around 715 various development projects, including tie-ups with countries like Bangladesh, China, Myanmar through economic corridors to ensure that the Act East policy under the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi is something that fructifies in front of our very eyes. Technology today needs to be complemented with a comprehensive development plan for the Northeast region, which has been done by the Government of India to upgrade the telecommunication network for the entire region with a cost of around 5,336 crores. I say these numbers today because they reflect the resolve of the Government of India to support the efforts of the Northeast region, to support the efforts of every Chief Minister, every state, so that we can create more and more employment opportunities across the entire region. I must here today admit that the Ministry of Textile itself has sanctioned projects of more than 1,040 crores for the Northeast Region Textile Promotion Scheme for handlooms, handicrafts, sericulture, apparel, garmenting, so that we can add to the efforts of all our state governments and the efforts of my colleagues across all ministries in the Government of India under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister.
For reasons, whatever we or better known to our predecessors, for many years, Northeast was not very high on the development or on the priority of Government of India. And I'm not saying so simply because I happen to be in the government of the day. As a student of science, I usually avoid talking without evidence. When I came into the Ministry of Donor, it was after 10 years that the Union Minister entered into the beautiful Northeast headquarter complex located in Shillong. That was the kind of tragedy that headquarters had suffered from. And later on, when we had the Honorable Prime Minister in Shillong during the month of May for the Northeast Council plenary meeting, and I'm glad that Dr. Mukul Sangma and his team made it a very hospitable event. Prime Minister chose to stay back for 2 days. But many of us have forgotten or perhaps never realized that it was after 40 years is a lifetime in the life of a mortal being. It was after 40 years that a Prime Minister of India was coming to attend a plenary meeting of Northeast Council. And made this requisition to the Prime Minister, I made it a point to bring this fact to his notice. The last Prime Minister who visited a plenary meeting of Northeast Council was Shri Morarji Desai somewhere in 1977 and 78. And therefore I had the opportunity to do some jugglery with words in my welcome address on that day. And I said possibly destiny had desired that till Shri Narendra Modi does not become a Prime Minister, no Prime Minister would enter the Northeast Council headquarters, the meeting. But that is also a reflection of
the subsidy. You also said that you flagged up that issue because it is not reaching out.
At the onset, let me just say that this is the first ever Northeast Region Summit dedicated to the sector of textiles ever in the history of our country. I'm extremely grateful that export houses, councils and investors from across the country have converged in the state of Meghalaya in Shillong today for ensuring that support is given to local industry across the Northeast region with regards to marketing facility, technical guidance, design intervention and also areas of expertise which need to be developed, especially for exports. I am happy that we see enough support also for handicrafts and handlooms specifically, which is a legacy of the Northeast region. I am grateful that ministers from many states today came and attended the summit, which was also chaired by the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya. We also saw the participation of the Donor Minister, Shri Jitendra Singh, and the Minister of State for Home Affairs, Kiran Rijiju, along with the Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog, Dr. Arvind Panigria. That in itself is an exhibition of the resolve of Government of India under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, that the Act East policy is just not a slogan or an announcement, but there is definite movement on the ground to ensure that the Prime Minister's vision for the Northeast region is implemented with the help of all citizens across the country. As you have seen today, I have announced that master craftspersons from the handloom sector will help us train students across the NIFT centers in the country, so that our students understand from the crafts masters themselves as to how they can study the legacy craft and then imbibe it into contemporary fashion. I am grateful that I have received tremendous support for the eDhaga app that we have launched, so that the subsidy given to weavers is something which is now just a click away for them. It is available in, apart from Hindi and English, in Assamese and Bengali as well. We have on the 4th of January started first ever helpline for handloom weavers called Bunkar Mitra. It is available 7 days a week from morning 10 to evening 6, and any issues that the weavers face